And we're back, and it's time for your political maniacs. Tonight's maniac, Hope Hicks. President Trump has just lost his 5th communications director in his 13-month presidency. Hope Hicks announced Wednesday that she plans to leave the White House in the next coming weeks. Hicks has warranted unwanted attention in recent weeks after being drawn into White House Staff Secretary Rob Porter's domestic abuse investigation. More recently, Hicks admitted to the House Intelligence Committee that she has occasionally told white lies for the president. Known as one of the few people that understand and could sway Donald Trump, what will the White House do as President Trump's people continue to drop like flies on a hot Sunday morning? Well, America, Hope Hicks out the door. A little bit of background on Miss Hicks. So Hicks is a former model who joined the Trump presidential campaign without any experience in politics. Now, with that being said, before you go out and you call me and you say I'm being unfair, it is true that Hicks was the communications director for all the Trump brands, starting with Ivanka Trump's clothing line and moving on to the full Trump company. And how the story is told, President Trump approached Hope Hicks when he was then candidate Trump and said, "Hope, have you ever worked in politics before?" She said, "No." He said, "Great, you're going to be my press secretary." These are the facts, just telling you like it is. In the past year, Hicks has come under scrutiny during the investigation into Russia interference in 2016 election, and she's also come under fire of Robert Mueller and of the fact that she was romantically engaged to Rob Porter, the former White House staff secretary, prior to his dismissal for beating 2 of his former wives. Well, that didn't stop Republicans on the House from finding a reason to say that the Russia investigation just isn't working or isn't getting to the bottom of anything. Let's take a listen to Florida GOP Representative Tom Rooney and what he said about the Russia investigation following the announcement of Hope Hicks' departure from the White House.
And that's why tonight I've asked our chairman, Conaway, that we need to end this investigation. It's been going on for a year. We've interviewed scores of witnesses, and now we've gotten to the point now where we're literally bringing people in for 9 hours just so the Democrats can leak to the press something as ridiculous as white lies, not having anything to do with the Russia investigation.
Now, before we get into this comment, let's just think about let's ask the question that you're probably asking at home. What the hell is happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? Now, the job of a communications director is to steer the White House's communications with the American people. Their job is to keep the White House focused on one message. It is to create message discipline, and it's to move the president's agenda forward with the American people via communications. Since President Trump has taken office, he has lost 5 communications directors. He's lost Sean Spicer. Following Sean Spicer, there was, oh God, I can't remember his name now. There was that guy who was there for not long enough for you to even remember. Then, remember that we had the Mooch. Remember the Mooch? You remember the Mooch. And now we have Hope Hicks. Trump has also lost Steve Bannon, Reince Priebus, Katie Walsh, and Mike Flynn. KT McFarlane, Sergio Gorka, and the list goes on and on and on of former Trump White House folks that no longer work there. And oh, let's not forget a person that goes by one name, Omarosa. So this White House clearly has a problem, and clearly the pressures of running the country has gotten to some of Trump's most trusted staff members, including Hope Hicks. Now, the role that Hope Hicks played, people say that Hope Hicks has been like a surrogate daughter to the president. People say Hope Hicks is one of the few people that could get into Trump's head and stopped him from sending out bad tweets versus good tweets. And she's also been able, if you got to give her credit, I give credit where credit is due. For the past couple months, Hope Hicks has managed to keep this White House, partially together. Think about it. When they had Infrastructure Week, it lasted for 2 days. If she wasn't there, they would never had Infrastructure Week. So let's just be real about it. But now we know that she will no longer be there. And the reason why Hope Hicks' departure is so mysterious is because if there was anybody in the Trump organization that would have known about the Russia collusion, it would have been Hope Hicks, because she's literally been there since day one. She was working on the campaign during the Don Jr. meeting with the Russians at Trump Tower. She was working on the campaign during the constant leaking of Hillary Clinton and the Democratic National Committee's emails. She was working at the campaign when President Trump, whether tongue-in-cheek or purposefully, said at a press conference when he called on Russia to find the rest of Hillary Clinton's emails. She was there for all of it. And she was likely there. She was probably working at the Trump Organization when they signed various deals with Russian oligarchs. Some of those Russian oligarchs who have been part of a Robert Mueller indictment for interfering in our 2016 election and in trying to destroy our democracy. So Hope Hicks knows a lot. And then she goes down to the House Intelligence Committee this week. And when she goes down to the House Intelligence Committee and she's grilled by members of Congress because it is the job of the House Intelligence Committee to hold the White House accountable for their actions. And don't get me wrong, America. Don't get me wrong. I find both the House and the Senate Russia investigations to be problematic for various reasons on many sides of the aisle. Republicans have screwed this up. Democrats have screwed this up. That is where I am bipartisan. And I think I think the House Intelligence Committee has absolutely, positively no credibility. But with that being said, herein lies my problem with Hope Hicks's testimony. Hope Hicks, the communication director for the President of the United States. Hope Hicks, a surrogate daughter for the President. Hope Hicks, one of the highest ranking members of this White House and a communications director that has had the most access to a President of the United States in recent American history. All these things, right? That same Hope Hicks admits under oath that she sometimes tells white lies for the President of the United States. Now, herein lies my problem. The word white lies. White lies to some are different than white lies to others. So, for example, a white lie I might use, and I've used before, to my production team here at the Fowler Show is I'll be there in 5 minutes, and I show up 15 minutes later. That is a white lie. I define it as white lie. But then, again, if I were to say, oh, we never colluded with the Russians, that would not be a white lie. But my definition, there's so much ambiguity in the word white lie that it would cause some to question Hope Hicks's integrity as the communications director, and it would also cause one to question what truth and what non-truths are coming from this White House. Here's what we know. We know in the past 13 months of this presidential, in the Donald Trump presidency, he's lied over 2,000 times to the American people. So which one of those lies are white lies and which one aren't white lies? Is it, well, the president said that, you know, the murder rate here is at a 20-year high. Was that a white lie? Or is it, there's no collusion in all capitals. Is that a white lie? We really don't know. And that's what makes this Hope Hicks revelation so scary to the American people. And the fact that she resigned after that information leaked out, which it shouldn't have, I'll give you that, should cause pause amongst all Americans of what is coming from this White House and what is not coming from this White House. A couple months ago, I said this. I said this one thing. I said, the president cannot condemn fake news when he creates fake news because everything the president and the White House says, America, is news. He is the leader of the free world. If he walks outside, that is news. And the person running what gets communicated out from the White House just admitted to the American people that they've engaged in white lies for this president. Meaning, this White House is is somebody who proliferates fake news while condemning fake news.